Okay, so we're here checking out your hand. It's looking a lot better than it did last time, but there are still quite a few issues with it. I know you said you were having trouble with your interactive split tool working correctly, and I gotta tell you right off the bat, Maya is a pretty glitchy program, so it does tend to have problems like that sometimes. So the first thing I would suggest to try and fix that problem would be just to reset all your settings in Maya. Okay, because it's possible that something somewhere at some point got tweaked in a way you didn't want it to, and you might not even be aware of it. Happens all the time. So just come up to Maya up here at the top, and it's going to be under Preferences. Now that's if you're using a Mac. If you're using a PC, Preferences may be found under File. Okay, up here. So just make sure you find the Preferences menu, and it'll pop up right here. And we just want to reset all of our preferences. So just come to Edit here, and then you'll go to Restore Default Settings, just like that. Alright, once you do that, everything will have been reset to its original factory default, and that you'll find will usually clear things up for you. So let's dive right in and take a look at this. One thing that I noticed kind of right off the bat is that when I go into smooth preview mode here with your hand, there's this kind of little weird line showing up right here. All right, not normal. So if I go back to the regular mode here, just by hitting 1 on the keyboard, you can see what we're seeing right here is just one line. Then when we hit 3 to go into smooth preview, there's 2 going around there. So basically that probably means that you've got some faces on top of faces here. So let's just go ahead and try it out and see if that is in fact the case. Go to vertex mode, just move this, and yeah, you have some unusual things happening here. And it looks like, yeah, you just have some extra faces there. So just go ahead and move all of this, and you're gonna have to get rid of these extra faces, okay, just by coming in and grabbing them and deleting them, okay? So once you've deleted them, everything should behave normally, and you should line these all back up again to where they go. I'm not actually going to go all the way around and fix all of those right now, because I think, you get the idea there. And so make sure that you go all the way around this edge loop and get rid of all those extra faces that are there. Okay. Shaping issue, right here, you've got, it looks alright from this angle, but if you come over here, you can see it's kind of actually tucked in underneath the thumb here, so it's kind of swooping in. So you want to make sure that you pull that out, and just look at these things from every angle, alright, so that you can position things as correctly as possible and keep those smooth, continuous lines going, okay? Yeah. So again, just keep turning your model and looking at things from different angles to make sure that everything looks correct no matter which way you're looking at it from, okay? So yeah, just go in and shape that a little more, okay? Your fingernails are looking really good, so good work on those. You might want to pull them up just a little bit so they're not quite, right on top of each other, but that's fine, just the way it is too. So another thing you'll want to look at is your knuckles here. Your knuckles, these verts that are out here are actually part of your knuckles, okay? So you'll need to actually grab them, like I'm not doing very well right now here. But at some point you'll need to grab them and pull them in, including this one. Okay, that one was a little ornery. And shape those as part of your knuckle, okay, because they are part of the knuckle. So that should really be part of the knuckle shaping that you're doing, okay? So, yeah, just make sure that you're pulling those in, and that also you're looking at those as well from multiple angles, okay, and just trying to keep nice, smooth curves going, okay? And you know, obviously, if you look at your knuckle from above, you know, it's all right. It's not totally beautiful with curves, but you know, it's fine. But if you look at it from this angle, you know, you got some really weird stuff going on. You got kind of like this kind of pointy bit here, and it's not really very smooth or very rounded. You got it kind of like dipping way far down over here, okay? So again, just make sure that you're looking at things from several different angles so that you don't have an instance where, you know, you have something like that where it's just kind of suddenly swooping down, okay? It's 3D, so you gotta look at it from all directions and make sure that it's looking all right from all directions and just following nice, smooth curves. So that's gonna need a lot of shaping still, okay, for these knuckles. So just make sure that you go in and take the time to add some details to these knuckles. All right. And you'll want to, of course, address each one, not just this first one that I just worked on there for you, okay? So make sure that you're looking at each one and looking at them all from multiple angles and making sure that, you know, you don't have anything strange going on. Okay, no places where it's just sort of jutting in or dipping in. Okay, you want everything to be nice and smooth and continuous in the way that it flows. Another thing that you'll want to look at, okay, is if we just take a look at the hand kind of from the side here, your fingers, you know, are looking fine, but then when your fingers join the hand, really, if you take a look at your palm, there's kind of a little pad here, okay, on your palm, just right underneath where the fingers are connecting to your palm. There's just like a little pad there. So you'll definitely want to round out this shape a little more and bring that down, okay? So you don't want it to be, you don't want the palm of your hand to be thinner than your fingers, or to be, you know, kind of hanging here up above your fingers, all right? So just make sure that you include that detail, as well as right here, you know, your palm is going to be a little bit bulkier over here on the edges, okay, just like it is with your thumb here. So underneath the hand here, we've got a lot of interesting stuff going on. Well, for example, this right here, I'm not sure what has happened here. Looks like maybe an accidental extra extrusion. There's kind of a lot of interesting stuff going on right there. So, of course, you will probably want to actually just delete most of these faces in this area and then recreate them using bridging techniques or using extrusion techniques and then merging vertices, okay? So that's going to need to be definitely looked at and reworked and reshaped. Then on the side here, I'll turn this over so it's not upside down. On the side here, where you've got your, and I'll turn it to object mode so we can see a little better, where your pinky finger is kind of going around and connecting to the lines of the palm, you have this line coming down here and it just kind of stops right in the middle of this polygon instead of continuing down, and then the line beneath it is continuing down the palm, and that is not what we want for our palm area. Okay, so you'll need to reconnect those and just kind of move everything over a little bit. Alright, for that. And you know what, I'll take a closer look at it real quick here, and I'll just go ahead and do a little video for you to show you how it should be connecting. Okay, so it looks like most of the problems are happening in the area where the fingers are connecting to the palm here. Okay, so what I would do at this point, you know, this one on the end here looks, you know, fairly correct. Obviously, it's got a lot of shaping issues going on. You know, everything's kind of a little bit wonky with the curves here. Okay, so you'll definitely want to reshape this to give it a lot smoother edge flow. Right? So right now it's kind of all over the place. So you know, obviously you'll want to move stuff around a little bit just to kind of try and straighten things out. Looks like this is maybe a little far over. Okay, that might be causing some problems there. So, you know, just try and keep some smooth edge flow going with that. So this one, you know, this connection right here to this finger is all correct. So, you know, we should probably try and use that as sort of a guide for the rest of the fingers here, okay? So this one, you know, we've got these two verts that are just kind of hanging out way up high, so we'll bring those down. Bring this up a little so we can see what we're doing. You know, and just kind of bring things in line to, you know, something that looks kind of natural. Just as many sort of straight lines as you can make across the model. I might move that out a little bit, move that just to keep the lines a little less jaggy. So, you know, that's it for that one. All that needed was just some vertices moved around, okay, to reshape that. This one over here obviously is having some issues because of this extra extruded faces in here, okay? So, other than that, you know, this looks pretty okay too until we get over here to where it's, you know, connected to this little pinky area. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and delete some of these faces. Alright, I'm definitely going to delete the extra ones that are in here. Oops, zoomed in a little too far there. So I'm just going to delete all of those. Alright. And, you know, yeah, there's a hole in my model now, but that's alright, we can fix that. And I'm also just going to, you know, bring this down and try and bring it in line. It's also sticking way out, so again, just, you know, make sure you're looking at stuff from multiple angles so you can see what you're, kind of what you're doing. Like, this one is really pretty far down, for example. Okay. Again, just, you know, doing what we usually do, just looking at things from different angles, making sure everything's lined up nice as it can be, okay? And so when we get to these lines that are coming down the palm here in between the fingers, alright? And we see this one just kind of comes up and stops right in the middle of this polygon here. Okay, and it should be coming right in between the fingers, just like these other ones. Okay, right in between the finger, right in between the finger. This one should also wind up right here, right in between those two fingers, okay? So that's where your error is occurring over here with your pinky finger, alright? So let's go ahead and connect that to the finger, and hopefully your interactive split tool is now working after you've reset it. Okay, so you're going to come up to Edit Mesh, Interactive Split Tool, and you're just going to go ahead and grab that guy right there, and then just connect it to this in between the fingers area. Okay, just like that. All right. We'll deal with all this in just a moment here. First things first, let's go ahead and fix this little gap here, okay? So we'll come to Edge, just grab this edge, Edit Mesh, Extrude, and I'm going to hit W for my Move tool, okay? And I'm just going to move this out a little bit so I can kind of see it. And then we're going to come up to Edit Mesh, Merge Vertex tool, and we're just going to grab the verts that are on this new face that we just created and just connect them to the edges of the gap here, okay? Just connect those. That's just click and drag, by the way, to use the tool, okay? And then you just want to make sure you hit Q to quit the tool after you're done, alright? So you don't accidentally merge any extra verts there, okay? And then, you know, that kind of takes care of that. Obviously, you'll want to still, you know, address the shaping of this line, and, you know, just come in here and line things up as much as you can. Alright, you don't want anything kind of sticking out. Just make some straight lines there, okay? Something like that. Alright. Now let's come over here and keep working with this. Alright, so because this line that we have needs to end up in between the fingers over here, obviously it's kind of a little too far over this way to be able to line up with that finger area, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab these two, and I'm just going to move them over for now, so just to make room for this line, okay? And I'm just going to grab, you know, all the way down to about there, and just move it into place. Obviously, you know, when I move that, that's going to affect my spacing on other parts of the palm here as well, alright? So you'll want to make sure to adjust things accordingly there, okay? So now this line is going straight through the fingers there, and that's exactly where we want it to be, okay? Alright, so now that we have that going where we want it to go, obviously, you know, this is kind of going over here too, and we actually don't want it going over there, okay? It needs to connect just like these other ones to this line right here, okay? So it'll be, you know, sort of here's the middle of your finger, and then, you know, on this side, this is where this kind of extruded shape starts, okay? Just kind of goes to either side of that middle area of the finger, alright? So we've got our little kind of extruded shape here. Let's go ahead and move things around a little bit so it starts looking more like our other fingers over here, okay, that we've already worked on a little bit. I'm just going to move this over a little as well, since we have all this space suddenly. We don't want our spacing to get too crazy, alright? Just sort of shape things the best that you can. And yeah, again, we're just going to make this finger look as much like these ones as we possibly can, alright? So Basically, all of these lines that are going along all need to be moved over one, okay? So it's going to involve the interactive split tool quite a bit at this point. So we're going to grab this right here where it starts to sort of veer off in the wrong direction. We're just going to grab that corner, and we'll just bring it up, and we're just going to bring it up to right here, to the left side of this middle portion of the pinky finger, okay? And let's just grab our interactive split tool again, and we'll grab this one, okay? Actually, we can grab it all the way up here. So we'll just grab this, all right? And we'll just bring it over here, okay? So now, you know, obviously we have a whole bunch of lines going all over the place, so we'll have to get rid of some of those. You just kind of move things into place here, and so, you know, let's go ahead and do that, get rid of some of these lines that we've got going on that are extra now. Alright, so we'll just go to edge mode and grab these kind of diagonal edges where things were kind of going off in the wrong direction, and we're just going to go to edit mesh and delete edge vertex, okay? Alright, so, you know, that part's looking a little better. Obviously, you know, this one is kind of going off in the wrong direction as well, so we're going to have to go all the way around and just kind of fix this in the same way. So edit mesh, interactive split tool. We're just going to grab that and bring it over here. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to grab that one and bring it over here. Alright? And then one more time, going to grab that and bring it over here. Okay? So, you know, you'll probably have this kind of little zigzaggy thing going on. So once we've done that, let's get rid of the old edges that are going in the wrong direction. Alright. Let's grab all those guys. Looks good. And edit mesh, delete edge vertex. Alright. So, you know, obviously we need to reshape this because it's, you know, all zigzaggy right now. So, you know, just bring things over. Bring things up, down, around, just shaping, trying to keep some smooth edge flow going. Alright. So that's how you are going to retopologize the bottom of the hand, okay? And you'll also want to make sure that you get rid of these two magical floating edges right here, okay? They're just kind of in the middle of nowhere. They don't lead to anywhere, okay? So just make sure you come up to edit mesh, delete edge vertex to get rid of those guys, alright? Because they're extra and we don't want them around. And you can see here while I was doing that, I looks like I pulled out this area right here, okay, and that's all right because we do actually want the palm to be pulled out a little bit, like I was telling you about that little kind of pad area that's on your palm. All right, so you'll just want to bring these out. Maybe you'll be better at grabbing stuff than me. Here we go. Okay. Just bring these out just to give the palm sort of a padded look. And, you know, it doesn't have to be maybe not quite so dramatic as what I have right here. Okay, but, you know, you can just kind of smooth it out a little bit. But, you know, that's pretty much it. Everything else, just on first glance, looks alright. Let's go inside here real quick and there does appear to be something strange going on right here. As you can see, there's sort of a light gray and dark gray happening right here. That suggests to me that, you know, something something strange maybe going on here. So let's double check it real quick. And it looks like what it is just that this is, you know, taken too high so that the polygon is kind of trying to fold in a bizarre way. So just make sure that, you know, things are pretty smooth and flat there. Okay, otherwise you might have trouble with that later on. Oh, nope, okay. Alright, so that's what's happening. So, this right here is a vertex that is kind of going off into the middle of nowhere, alright? And it looks like it's supposed to be connected to this one right here, okay? So that's a simple fix. You just come up to Edit Mesh, and you're going to go to your Merge Vertex tool, and just drag it over to connect it, okay? And now, no more weird gray stuff, okay? It looks like the same thing is happening over here where you've got these two verts kind of right next to each other, but they're not actually connected, so just click and drag one over to the other to fix that, alright? Very important. It will cause problems for you later on with your model if you're careful about that sort of thing. And just, you know, just be careful with the way you're shaping stuff. Just make sure everything's smooth and sort of makes sense, you know. So yeah, other than that, things look pretty good, fine. Just make sure that you work on these knuckles quite a bit and that you retopologize this bottom palm area and get rid of those extra faces in here, alright? Let me know if you have any questions about anything, and happy modeling.